Hello students, how do you do? Take care of yourself and your parents during COVID-19. Students, I am Vinay Kumar Singh, lecturer English at Sardar Patel Inter College, Chirgaon, District Jhansi. Today I am going to teach you fourth chapter of your course from snapshots, supplementary reader part. Students, in previous class you have already studied so many stories from supplementary reader section. Students, before I start teaching you the lesson, let's know something about the writer. The writer Lawrence Patrick Pringle was a freelance writer, photographer, wildlife biologist, and educator. He was born in Rochester, New York, United States of America in 1935. He got his Bachelor of Science degree from Cornell University in 1958 and his master degree from University of Massachusetts of USA. He completed his doctoral studies, his research work from Syracuse University of USA. Students, Lawrence Patrick Pringle had worked in different capacities at different places. He had worked as high school science teacher at Lima Central School, Lima, New York. He has worked as associate editor as well as senior editor in different times at American Museum of Natural History. He had also worked as executive editor in Nature and Science magazine for children. He had been faculty member of New School of Social Research of USA, now known as New School University, and he has also been a writer in residence in Keene College of New Jersey. Students, before I start the lesson written by Patrick Pringle, I would like to tell you that after reading the story, you all will be able to understand, you will be able to develop the skill of listening, speaking, reading, and writing correctly. Students will also achieve the skill of understanding the lesson in a logical way. They will be able to develop their interest in subject English and stories like this one. The students, after studying the story, will be able to achieve some specific objectives like their language, their vocabulary will be enriched. They will start thinking in a logical manner. They will start writing and reading with correct accent and pronunciation. Their interest will be enriched in stories. Students, before I start teaching the lesson, I would like to ask some questions to you. Students, tell me your favorite subject of your class 10th. Students, I am quite sure your answer will be science. Science is the most relevant subject. Now my second question to you is, what do we call to a person who invents something, who makes something for the first time? Yes, I am quite sure your answer will be scientist. Right. Now my third question to you all is, name a great scientist of the world. Students, I am quite sure your answer will be Albert Einstein. Yes, let me introduce you all to the lesson Albert Einstein at school. Students, today we are going to study about the school days of the greatest scientist since Sir Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein's school days. The biographer of the greatest scientist, the greatest physicist since Sir Isaac Newton, gives us a revealing account of Einstein's school days. He had seeds of genius from the primary school in Munich. Students, he was honest, plain speaking, straightforward, and frank. He valued ideas more than learning data, figures, and facts by heart. He knew more about he knew more about mathematics than his maths teacher. Students, the present lesson exposes the hollowness of the education system of Germany. The then education system of Germany curbed individual talent, free thinking, and new ideas. The lesson shows Albert Einstein hated learning facts, data, and figures by heart. He emphasized ideas more. His maths teacher appreciated him, but his history teacher called him a disgrace for his family and for the school. Albert Einstein wanted to leave his school and he was forced out of it. So let's start the lesson Albert Einstein at school. His class is going on. The history teacher, Mr. Braun, asked questions. He asked Einstein when the Prussians defeated the French army. He asked when was Napoleon Bonaparte defeated by Prussians. Albert Einstein replied very honestly that he didn't know. The teacher asked why. Einstein told him simply because he must have forgotten. He must have forgotten the date. The teacher told him, Mr. Brand told him that he had been told often about the dates of the battles. He should remember. Einstein responded that he didn't find any point. He didn't find anything special in learning dates of battles, of figures by heart. The teacher, Mr. Braun, got very angry. And sarcastically he asked, had he no interest in learning dates, learning figures? Once more, Albert Einstein very frankly told him that he didn't find any reason, anything special in learning facts and figures. He is not interested in learning the numbers of men, numbers of soldiers compromised during the battles. He told the history teacher that anyone could see it in book. One can see it very easily in book. One can find it in book. Dates can be found in book. Figures can be found in book. There's nothing important to learn by heart the facts, dates, number of men, when the battles were fought between countries, between two nations. Then teacher asked, what is important in the eyes of Albert Einstein? Einstein answered that it's idea that is important. He would learn over the idea why the soldiers of one nation kill the soldiers of other one. Why do they want to kill the soldiers of one nation to other one? The history teacher, Mr. Braun, is surprised, is bewildered hearing the answer of Albert Einstein. He is speechless. He becomes speechless. And he gets very angry with him. With the intention to humiliate Albert Einstein before the whole class, he asked him to tell his philosophy of education, his ideas of education. Albert Einstein responds that ideas have more importance for him. He tells the whole class that learning figures and facts and dates is not true education. To him, it is idea that is more important. It is idea that should be stressed and emphasized and practiced. To be thought over. The teacher got very angry and decided to punish Einstein. He ordered him to stay for extra hours, extra period. Albert Einstein is punished. He remained for extra period at school. He was very sad. He was very unhappy. The teacher called him a disgrace for the school, disgrace for his family. To his teacher, Mr. Brown, he was a slur. He was a dark spot for school. And he asked him that he should not come to school. At this, Einstein told him that he didn't. He didn't wish to go to school, but it's due to his father. Then Mr. Brown told him that he was ungrateful boy for his family, for his school. And he told him that he should tell his father to take him away from the school. Albert Einstein felt very disappointed, felt very unhappy. He felt very miserable at his school. That afternoon, when he returned from school to his lodging, the room, he was very sad. He thought that the day was not good. It was a bad day. But it was not only that day. It was not that because of the incident that it met when he was punished by his history teacher. But he thought that he had to face the same bad day. He had to go at the same place where he felt bored, felt boring every morning. He had to go to school every morning. He always thought that his father should take him away from there, but his father was not ready to do that. His father would take him away only from there, from Munich, after he had got his school diploma. So, he was not going to be taken from there or withdrawn from there by his father until he had completed his diploma. He returns back, he goes back to his quarter, and the atmosphere of the area where he lived was also not very cheerful. He was very sad. He was not happy with the place where he lived. And it was simply because his father had limited resources. His father was not a very rich person. That's why Einstein had been found a room in the poorest area, poorest quarters of one of the poorest quarters of Munich, Germany, to stay, only because of the limited resources of his father. Albert Einstein had no problem with bad food, lack of physical comfort, the squalor, the atmosphere prevailed around him of poverty and dirt and dust and squalor. He was only sad because of the violence, slum violence. The problem before him, he was bothered only about the violent atmosphere of slum area. His landlady often beat her children, beat her kids every now and then, and they shouted now and then because they were beaten, and this was a very bad thing. This violent atmosphere was very bad for Albert Einstein. Not only this, the landlady's husband also thrashed her on every Saturday, on every weekend after he came drunk. He beat her very badly, and this was not a good atmosphere for Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein intimates this problem to his friend Yuri, that the slum balance is not a cheerful atmosphere for him. Then Yuri answered, tells him that at least he had his own room. Yuri tells him that he is living in his own room, maybe tired. He should not be very worried about it. When that evening Yuri met him, visited him, Yuri told him that at least Einstein had his own room. He lived among civilized people, sophisticated people, though they were poor residents. But he was living. But Albert responded that Yuri was living among civilized people, though they were residents. Yuri reacted that he was not living among civilized people, though they were residents. He tells him that last week one of them killed the other one in duel. And he also tells him what happened. The person who killed was simply forbidden to indulge in duel. The authorities forbade him to indulge in duel any longer. That's why he was sad. And he was very much worried because he had no scar on his face that he might wear as badge, as distinctive mark to show throughout his life. That's why the student who killed the other one was worried, was sad, was upset, was disturbed because he had no cut mark, no scar of the fight, of the duel? Oh, exclaimed Albert. All these are students? Albert asks. Albert, Yuri tells Albert that he would also be a student one day. Albert Einstein is very worried that he can't be a good student. He thinks that he cannot pass the examination because he is weak at learning facts and figures by heart. Students, and that's why he cannot learn by heart. That's why he is doubtful about his success. He told his cousin Elsa. Next time when Elsa, his cousin, visited Munich, who lived in Berlin with her family, business family at Berlin, who visited Munich, he narrated the same incident, everything, very frankly to her, and she convinced her, Albert Einstein, that he would be certainly successful. Students will study the next part, remaining part in the next video. Students, after studying the complete lesson, you will be able to develop the skill of listening, speaking, reading, and writing correctly. Students, read the summary of the lesson. Albert Einstein at school, and the next part, in next video, I'll teach you. When I'll teach you, before I teach you, you'll study, make a study, read it, and if you have any problem, just ask to me. Okay, students? Students, from this part, long question is asked. Long questions. If you want, you may write one question. Discuss the conversation between Albert Einstein and his history teacher, Mr. Brown. Okay? See you. Thanks.